the competency of AI in the room. So raise your hand if you just started using AI tools this year. Nice, nice. How many of you guys started using AI tools last
Hello,
year?
everyone. We're here.
Nice.
I'm here. Let's pretend that.
Just bill it by the hour here. You ready? 3, 2, 1. No. It's all good. Can you play it up manually now? I know, right? I should just completely be replaced by this. Anyways, how many of you guys started using AI tools in 2023? Nice. What are some favorites out there? What do you guys do today? 11 Labs? Pika? Awesome. Hagen? What? Yeah, how many of you guys have heard of Hagen? Cool. Well, while we're kind of like waiting around here.
Hello, everyone. We're here. I'm here. Let's pretend that wasn't fate.
Is this real? I thought this was a simulation. You guys smell like nachos.
It's Saturday, post-lunch. Statistically, half of you are fighting for your lives against a nap.
Nick's about to speak. He knows his stuff. He made me. That's gotta count for something.
Nick made us right before to break the ice. And honestly, we look way too cool not to.
There we go. So many icebreakers in everybody. Thanks, guys. All right. Before we get into it, quick intro. My name is Nick Warner. I lead creator growth at Hagen. But you guys have like been here all weekend or all week, and I'm not going to try to sell you on my product. Like, I want to show you how I am seeing the landscape of AI when it comes to creating systems that boost productivity and also boost the output of creators worldwide. So in my role, I talk to, I don't know, maybe close to 30 creators one-on-one every single week. It's part of how I stay grounded and also how I lead product decisions in my role. And I hear about all the workflows and all the tricks and all the ways that they're leveling up using AI. And I completely understand that AI can be intimidating, it can be polarizing, it can be confusing, but it can also be a lot of fun. And so hopefully this presentation and what we're about to go through hits all of those, and you guys walk away leveled up in some capacity. You ready? Yeah? Got some excitement going? All right. Woo! Let's go. We're going to get an AI mindset. So I started using AI in 2022. It was very new, very weird, not as, let's say, accurate and effective as it is today. But when I approach AI and how I talk about it with others in my personal lives, in my family, really AI is a journey. Just like the internet was in the 90s, every person's journey is different because these tools, this technology means different things to every person. And I'm sure you've had conversations where, someone's preaching the gospel of artificial intelligence and you're like, oh, what the hell is this? I don't understand. Or, how many of you have heard somebody say AI is going to replace me or replace our jobs this week? Well, that's not really here. That's not what I'm here to talk to you about. My approach to AI is a little different. I look at it as you have access to these amazing tools that build such an edge on what you do on a daily basis, how you have impact in your own work, in your personal life, and also how you can impact others. And in the creator sphere, I think that's why AI is getting heavily adopted because you have a natural curiosity of how these tools are going to unlock more for me. But then you also see a lot of individuals stumbling and falling. But overall, the way I look at it is that it's like starting in the lead. If you master these tools, you don't have to start a project from ground zero. You can start it maybe halfway cooked because you've got a good partner. Or you don't have to start creating a video immediately from scratch and going through the paralysis of if this is good, if this is bad. These tools are meant to unlock creativity. We're going to walk through some simple steps on how to get that mindset unlocked here. So, let's go. ChatGPT, what is it? Can we move back a slide? Or we'll stay at this slide. All right. So, how many of you guys have heard of ChatGPT? Okay. All right. ChatGPT is built on a language learning model, LLMs. LLMs are like really, really smart interns in my mind. You know, they have the accessibility to infinite knowledge, the internet. They can also understand the context and the information that you feed them. And if you use that to your advantage, you're going to get a lot out of it. And I'm going to walk you through some cool stuff of how I use and scale myself and also my teams using just ChatGPT. So I, at Vidcon, have like 18 direct reports. We're a very horizontal company. AI is wartime. So I need to, scale myself and make sure my day-to-day isn't overwhelming, my eyes don't bleed, and I'm able to get some sleep. So I use ChatGPT in a very unique way. And if you guys copy this stuff down, it's gonna work for you. So take a picture of this. You don't have to read it. But what this is it's a prompt. It's a starter prompt. You can copy this picture and throw it into ChatGPT after this, and just say, hey, extract this text for me, and it will do that, and then you can move on to the next step that we're going to go in. You're going to take that prompt, and you're going to kick off a new chat with it. The purpose of this prompt is to turn this new chat into a prompt generating machine for you, so that you can create multiple chats that are experts at whatever task you give it. I'm sure some of you have heard about agentic systems and agents. That's not what I'm talking about here. Sometimes that's a little too complex, and I've been able to get through my day-to-day just using this simple trick. So I create this master prompt generator using that prompt that we just used. And what this is going to do is it's going to build other prompts for me. Okay? Think of it as like when you're starting, where you're going to start, okay? You have an idea. Let's say it's, I'll go through an example here as we cruise around. And after you give it, let's go. Yeah, here's the example. So I actually did this last week for Father's Day. I'm a bad son. I'm sorry, Dad. But my father is an older gentleman. He also doesn't like gifts. He doesn't like talking. He doesn't really like anything other than the NFL. So it's hard for me to get a gift for him for Father's Day every single year. So I use that prompt worker that we just created to say, write me a prompt that can help me discover Father's Day gifts for my father. And this is what it's going to deliver. It's going to create a structured prompt that I'm going to use to spin off a new chat. And that chat is specialized at finding gifts for my pops. And you don't have to read all of this, but look at the structure. I think that's really important here. LLMs aren't like infinitely intelligent because they can be. They have to be directed. And this structure of context, role, action, format, and target audience will help you get so much better results out of these tools. You can apply it like outside of ChatGPT. You can use it in Gemini. You can use it in any other LLM and it'll work. There's also another fun trick that I like to use. Is after I get that first prompt back from my prompt generator, I say make it 10 times better. I do this kind of like with everything within LLMs, more for curiosity, but then, it's about a 50% hit rate of something super dope. And so that final prompt that it gives me, notice how it's got a little bit more context. There's more depth, there's more detail. All of this stuff giving the LLM the knowledge of how to complete this task for me, whether I'm shopping for a gift for my grandpa or my dad, or I am trying to write an email for my team or for the company. So, how I look at my day-to-day is I create specialists for everything. I have a thought partner. I literally talk to ChatGPT. I don't type into it. All my ideas go into this chat. It structures everything that's on top of my mind. If I'm walking back from the gym and an idea hits me, or it's in the middle of the night, I have a fever dream and I want to write it down, it goes in here. I also have an email writer, a chief of staff, and an executive coach. The executive coach is really important for me. Like I said, I got a lot of team members, and they need a lot of attention. And I want to make sure that my time spent with them is meaningful for their day-to-day, for their work, because constantly I'm walking them. So I use these different, like that prompt generator, to create all these different specialists for me. You guys tracking? So far, so good? Is this helpful? Yep. All right, cool. Notice how I haven't even talked about my company yet. Let's go. Next slide. In case anybody missed it, I'll throw up that first prompt in here to kick off the prompt generator. There you go. We're gonna go back. Let's see here, Scott. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Next one. Boom. This is how we use it for content. So I built a really awesome content team, and there are no shortage of ideas at Agent, especially when you're seeing the influence of AI. So these functional tools help us with script writing, topic research, and then something that has really helped out with me leveling up with new software and new tools is I actually create a custom chat for every new software that I'm trying to explore. For example, at Agent, we are a Notion first company. And when I first got to Agent, I couldn't use Notion to save my life. Too many things going on. I just a regular Google Doc. And I just created a chat that just answers every single question I have with Notion. Why isn't this formatted correctly? How can I insert a video? How can I change a column? Stuff like that. Really use these tools to level up. All right. Cool. Now, I think we're done talking about this. Let's talk about AI video. How many of you have seen a video that's been made by AI? Cool. I think by now, all of us have been exposed to it, whether you realize it or not. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to start here. How many of you guys have seen this video? You know what this is? So, what's funny about being in AI video is that, somehow the table stakes of how the models work is based off of Will Smith eating spaghetti, and I find it hilarious. And this video took the world by storm, and for a lot of individuals, this is what they currently think AI video looks like. But that was 2 years ago. This is what it looks like now. Watch changed. It's getting better. It's getting better and better every 15 minutes, and I'm not really exaggerating by that. The video on the far right was actually posted yesterday using Midjourney's new model. And the reason why I'm illustrating this slide here is to kind of show how much this space is evolving so quickly. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So, finally got to an agent slide. Agent's a pretty awesome company. We're at the forefront of everything happening in AI video. We specialize in lip sync, AI avatars, and we've won in a bunch of awards that I really don't know what they mean or why they're good, but it's really good for our enterprise customers. We're a platform that is centered not only around just like avatars and AI video, but we're a very horizontal creation platform. Within Agent, you can create video avatars, photo avatars. You can translate video for yourself into 175 different languages and dialects. We have a full-blown editing studio. We just launched product placement on Tuesday, which is pretty cool. You can upload a photo and have you holding any product. You want a Gucci bag or one of those Labubus everyone's been talking about? I don't know what that is. You can clone your voice, you can clip long-form video, and create interactive avatars. People that talk back. Within our platform, we have over 1 million new users per month hitting Agent, all across the globe. There are almost 3 million new avatars being created on the platform every single month. And so far, looking at where June's going, this 3 million videos created is about to be far. We're going to blow past it. And why I'm sharing these stats is to kind of give a perspective that outside of this conference, and maybe outside of your circle, there is a massive population around the world that is gravitating to these tools and are leveraging them in ways that you might not even understand, or you may have never even seen or realized that is AI. So, I'm going to walk through a bit of an example here of how we used our tools at Agent. So on June 3rd, we had a live keynote launching our new AI studio. Made it super Apple, produced. We're broadcasting on every single platform. As you can see, there was a pretty decent amount of production that was going into this. You can see our product managers, Leo and Adam, on the left and right-hand side. And within every keynote presentation at a tech company, what is the one thing you need to have in that keynote? Does anybody know? I can't hear. Your CEO. Who's going to lead the conversation? Who's going to set the tone? But unfortunately, our CEO, Joshua, had a very unexpected family event happen that day. Derailed everything. It's 6 a.m. I'm losing my mind. 3 shots of espresso. We got 5 team members on site. What's going on? Joshua has the lead. So what we did is we actually dog-fooded our technology to fix this problem really, really fast. We took a picture of Joshua. We had him record voice memos on his way to the situation. And then we scrambled to get this done. And I'll show you how it turned out. Oops, let's go, Scott. Gosh, so much suspense. You guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. Go back. That's fine. Oh.
We live in a video first world. Every day, more than 1 billion hours of video content are watched on YouTube alone. Every business recognizes the power of video, and every individual has a unique story to tell. Yet, despite the massive demand, creating high-quality videos remains prohibitively expensive and challenging. At Heygen, our mission is simple, yet ambitious. And that mission is to make visual storytelling accessible to everyone. We are enabling creativity by helping humans unleash their creative potential. AI isn't here to replace humans. Rather, it makes creativity much easier and much more attainable for everyone. Let's take a quick look back at our journey. We founded Heygen in December 2020.
pretty wild. All of that was synthetic. We were able to hit the live button, scramble to it, but use his avatar to fix a major problem that we were experiencing as a company in real time. Additionally, after you have a massive keynote, my team needs to create all the awesome materials that distribute that information across all of our platforms, including our customers, and especially for our enterprise customers who are very needy, but very awesome. And so we had to run it back. And we used Joshua, the same avatar for our promotional material the next day.
Hey everyone, Joshua here. Yesterday, we reviewed an entire new way to create with Agent. We believe everyone has a story to tell, and creating a video should be as simple as writing a document. That's the core idea behind AI Studio. With script-based editor, you are in full creative control, allowing you to shape not only what is said, but how it's delivered. Voice, emotion, even gestures. It's intuitive, it's fast, and it unlocks a new level of creative freedom for everyone. I'm personally really eager to see what you all come up with using Agent.
Not bad. Pretty cool. That was all done just taking one photo from Joshua, and it helped my team scale infinitely in a moment of need. And this is what the workflow looks like. So, and with more slides as we'll go through, I'll kind of explain this, but we start with one long script and one bit of footage as like our base layer. In Hagen, you can create video for as long as you want. And on that base layer, we just put in all of our titles, our assets, and our B-roll. It's super simple and very effortless. And for creators, they're taking this like three-dimensional sort of way of creating video and multiplying it over and over and over again to grow their accounts, to grow their businesses, and to grow their influence all over the world. It's super cool. So, how are they using it more specifically now? Let's dial in. So, in my conversations with creators, there's a couple of constraints that really hit them day over day. That constraint being their face, their voice, and their time. These things cannot scale infinitely. And oftentimes, when you have a sore throat, or maybe you're traveling, you're on an airplane, and you're a creator, and you've got deadlines, and you've got partnerships that you have to own up to, it's very inconvenient to hop on a camera. So what our creators do is they will create a video avatar of themselves in different outfits, in different settings, and they have that in the chamber to use at any given moment. For example, I was talking to a creator last week, probably someone that you guys have seen at this conference, and I was asking him, what are your pain points? And during the conversation, he's like, dude, I have to be on the plane 4 times this week. I'm like, okay, what else? And he's like, I've got 3 different ad spots that I have to shoot because I have a podcast that goes out 3 times per week. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Dude, get an avatar, write your ad spots while you're on the plane, and ship that, and don't worry about it. And like so far, I guess this week, he's just been doing all of the ad spots while he's been flying and traveling, helping him scale himself and kind of alleviate some anxiety in the process. And really, there's a line on that slide there, we're already past it. But it's not about replacing yourself. It's about multiplying your impact. It's about trying to alleviate the burnout that you get as a creator, as a marketer, as a founder, if there's any founders in this group. That's really where these tools come into play. And so how it looks like in practice is creating one avatar. You record either yourself, or if you have a team member, you can record them too. Keep in mind, if you do use Agent as your preferred platform, you have to upload a consent video as well. So, somebody out in the crowd can't just videotape me while I'm talking here and go create an avatar of me talking about a competitor. That consent video includes a token that you will read out loud, and that allows us to make sure that there's nothing nefarious happening on our platform. We also have a line of defense with Agent that if you are a person of influence globally, we will make sure that you do not pass go until you get appealed. And what I mean by that is, it is my best lead magnet, but basically if you're a celebrity, we're going to detect it and not allow that avatar to get created until you talk to somebody at Agent. This is to make sure that people aren't doing bad stuff with others' likeness. From there, you can create an infinite amount of videos with scripts. You can localize your video to any language and create long form and short form content at scale. So what I mean by script testing or trying to alleviate maybe an argument that's going to happen in your team or internally of should I lead with this hook or should I lead with this bit of knowledge? What we do is something like this.
I was today years old when I learned this. You were doing this all wrong. Watch this before your next video. Here's what 99% of creators miss.
That's my team member, Brandon, and I made these videos of him this morning. And one way that you can apply all of these tests in a risk-free environment is, if you think about it, you have a full composition of a video. Your opening is most important. You have 4 different hooks. Post all of them to Instagram trial reels. See what works. It doesn't impact your following. Find the hook that leads to the most views or the most engagement, and then use that for your final video and post that across all of your platforms. This simple mechanism is unlocking so much for creators and you don't even realize it. Because it happens in silence. Really good tools like Instagram trial reels. I'm not affiliated with Meta, even though they're title sponsor. It really works for this type of workflow. And in the world and outside of the ecosystem of myself and my team, I want to use Vidcon as an example here. He's a founder, Sequoia backed. He has a company called Growth School, and he's super busy. He's also extremely camera shy, bless his heart. I am too. And what he did every single day for a month when he got to work was just sit down and record an avatar in a different outfit for 30 days. And what that did is it gave his team 30 different versions of him that they can use to create content when he's not in the room. He actually isn't even part of the process. So what his team does on a daily basis is they will curate the latest AI news. They will write dozens of hooks and intros, just like I showed you with my colleague, Brandon. They'll generate test reels with his avatar, and then track whatever's working, publish it with that final video, and double down. One system, infinite experience.
Hook 1. Mark Zuckerberg paid this 28-year-old 30,000 crore rupees to kill OpenAI and other AI companies. Hook 2. This 28-year-old was paid 30,000 crore rupees by Zuckerberg to kill OpenAI. Hook 3. Mark Zuckerberg just blew up OpenAI and Microsoft with one power move. Hook 4. Mark Zuckerberg just spent 30,000 crore rupees to kill OpenAI, and he hired this 28-year-old to do it. 5. Meet Alexander Van. He's 28, and Zuckerberg just gave him 30,000 crore rupees to take down OpenAI.
That video that he sent me is like 2 minutes long. He went through like 20 different hooks for this one video. And his team just rolls it out in the morning. And so far, he's been able to do some really awesome stuff with his main account on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. This is a Slack message that he sent me the other day. So in January, his Instagram account, was just scale at like 200K followers. And that staleness had been impacting him for 2 years. He couldn't break through, just constantly in flux between like 198,000 and 200 almost every single week. And then he applied this process, and it worked. Like that, where it says 8M, that's not 8 minutes, that's 8 million views.
iPhone users, it might be time to move to Android. And honestly, Apple's kind of asking for it. WWDC just wrapped. No big AI reveal, but hidden in the noise, I found 11 updates that are actually pretty cool. And yeah, number 7, easily my favorite. Number 1, Apple Intelligence Plus More.
Pretty awesome.